Hello, hello, it's Ms. Carlson. We are going to do an example together for responding to a writing prompt, and this is part of a Nearpod lesson that we've got going. All right, so we're going to look at this example. I see a quote from Lance Armstrong, and then I see the reading prompt, and by now I know that I need to read through the prompt 2 times. Here's the first time. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour or a day or a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever. Lance Armstrong. What is your version of Lance Armstrong's meaning in this quote? Think of a time when you quit something. How did it feel to quit that thing? Do you think you could accomplish it if you tried again? Give specific details in your answer. Avoid generalities. Second time through. Pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour or a day or a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever. Lance Armstrong. What is your version of Lance Armstrong's meaning in this quote? Think of a time when you quit something. How did it feel to quit that thing? Do you think you could accomplish it if you tried again? Give specific details in your answer. Avoid generalities. All right, and then if I go back and remember what the other steps were, okay, so read the prompt, I did that. Read the prompt again, I did that. Circle the verbs or action words and underline the nouns, which are things or ideas in the prompt. Then I need to answer how many things I'm being asked to do, and then be sure I understand exactly what and how I should be answering. All right, so back to the prompt. So if I circle, and bear with me here, y'all, because I got to try and circle with my mouse here on my laptop. All right, so I'm looking for verbs or action words. So this is kind of worded in a way that doesn't really show me like a straight out action words, but it is asking me like, what is, like the question I'm going to be answering. So I kind of got to infer here what the action is. I need to answer what is my version of the meaning in this quote. So if I want to go now to underline, like stay in the same sentence, I could do that. Version is a verb. I'm sorry, a noun. What else is a noun? Meaning is a noun. Quote is a noun. All right, now I'm being asked to think of a time. You're going to have a little easier time of this because you're going to be able to use the pen tool in Nearpod. I don't have that luxury right now. I have to think of a time when I quit something. Quit is a verb, to quit. And again, if I go back to staying with the same sentence for now and underlining the nouns, time, and something. Again, you're not always going to be, expected to do stuff like this. It's just to give us a visual of what our brains are doing, right, when we are deconstructing a writing prompt. How did it feel? I mean, to do is also a verb, but let's just say this is kind of a adverbial phrase here. How did it feel? Quit, again, is a verb. And thing is a noun. I'm being asked to think again. Could I accomplish. To accomplish is a verb. And this isn't a grammar lesson. I'm just, again, I need to know what I'm doing. What are my actions and what am I producing, right? So that's why I'm doing this verb and noun thing. Not verb and noun. Yeah, verb and noun thing. If I tried again, do you think you could accomplish it? Whatever that thing is that I'm writing about. Now I'm being asked to give. What am I being asked to give? I'm being asked to give details, specific details in my answer. And I'm being asked to avoid generalities. All right, I hope you have a lot easier time of it when you have a pen tool in Nearpod. All right, so there I've done all of my, these are the things I'm supposed to do. But I'm also being asked, I'm realizing now, because I read it through twice, I know that I need to uncover the meaning of the quote. So maybe I want to take my pen tool and kind of deconstruct this quote as well. And so I'm going to try my scribble tool again. Pain is temporary. So it's talking about pain and the fact that it's temporary. Okay, why did that not work? Sorry, y'all. You're being asked to wait while I figure this stuff out. Pain is temporary. The pain, might last a certain amount of time, either a minute, an hour, a day, a year, right? It could be very, very short-term pain, or it could be really, really long-term pain. But eventually the pain, will subside. It will go away, or it will, at least diminish. And something else will take its place, maybe another painful thing. Now, if we know who Lance Armstrong is, he's a cyclist who competed in the Tour de France. He's a cyclist, so he is thinking quite possibly literally pain from being a professional athlete. But this is also a very metaphorical quote. Pain could be, mental pain, emotional pain, the pain of struggle, right? It could be more than just a physical athlete's pain. So we experience pain in life, right? Especially when we're doing hard things. And whether that pain lasts a minute, an hour, a day, or a year, eventually it's going to subside, but something else will take over and that will also be painful. But if I quit that thing, now in his case, it might have been quit, training for the Tour de France or riding in the Tour de France, right? If I quit that feeling, not so much the physical pain, but the emotional pain of letting myself down lasts forever. So I'm being asked to deconstruct that quote and give a version of the meaning in that quote. So I've kind of done that for you out loud. Now, if we were actually answering this writing prompt in writing, I would write out kind of what my version of that quote was. All right, so if I go to the next slide here, it says, this is what I'm going to put in writing. I'm going to put my version of Lance Armstrong's quote. I'm going to put a recollection of a time where I quit something, and I'm going to be specific about what that something is, because I know it told me I'm not writing in generalities. I'm giving specific details. So I'm not going to say, hey, one time I quit this thing, right? No, what is the thing? What did I quit? What was it? And then I'm going to be considering, and I'm not just mentally considering, I'm putting it in writing. Would I, if given the chance to do it again, if I tried again today, would I be able to accomplish that thing? So Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head. I don't want to use sports because we already used a Lance Armstrong quote. Um, oh my gosh, I'm like here. I'm gonna pause so I can try and think of something. But I thought of something. It's kind of silly, but I was thinking I wanted to try dog training with my Chihuahua because he's very, he's a lot of things, all right, and he's very difficult to train. So I wanted to go to a professional dog trainer. And various things throughout the last few years have blocked my being able to do that again. Some of it in my control, some of it not in my control. But if I tried it now, if I tried dog training now, professional dog training, would I be able to accomplish it? So I'm gonna answer that in writing and just thinking out loud right now. Yeah, I'm sure if I tried it again, I could accomplish going to professional dog training. Could I last it out? Could I go the full mile with it? I guess I would have to give that some more thought, but I need to give specific details and not just write in generalities. So I'd need to explain going to professional dog training, what that would entail, how much would it cost, what kind of time would it require. Um, those would be my specific details. And if I thought that I could accomplish it again. And a recollection of a time that I did that. I also have to write about how I felt to quit that thing. And I felt not great about quitting going to professional dog training. It's something that keeps coming back again, that I keep thinking about, especially when Chewy does these certain behaviors. And I could give details about those behaviors too, like him acting out of fear, which Chihuahuas do, but they can be trained to not do that. But he barks at everything and comes at everything in a very hostile way. Hostile way. All right, I've gone on too long about my dog, but I just want to give you an idea of things that I would be writing about. And in the Nearpod, you're going to be trying one of these out on your own next. Best of luck to you.